Hi everybody, Peter here. So, having a look at my social medias last night, I got asked the question again, what is the right bike for me? Where do I start? So I thought what I'll do is I'll do half of a vlog series to tell you guys my point of view on what bike to buy if you want to get into the sport. And then also I'm gonna have to make different ones because I'm in the enduro scene. I'm not too familiar with the motocross or the trials, but I'll try and get guys that actually are in those scenes to assist us from their point of view when it comes to motocross and trials. So yeah, let's start with the enduro side of things. That is what my channel is about. That is what I've been doing for the last couple of years. So I think I'll be able to assist you guys in a matter. So I'm not going to make the decision for you. I am going to ask you a couple of questions and I'm going to give you the options that you can do. But from there, you are going to have to make your own decision. Also to note, just before we jump into this, so an enduro bike will be able to do motocross, just not as good as what a motocross bike will be able to do motocross. A motocross bike will be able to do enduro, but I have seen people struggling because the motocross mapping is totally different than what your mapping is for the enduro. On motocross it's full taps all the time, and enduro it's more linear power that comes through the motor. There is no bad brands anymore. The guys in the enduro scene, your KTM, Husky, Gas, Sherco, Reju, TM, they have spent a lot of money in developing the bikes that we ride. So these days there are not bad bikes anymore. So if you don't want to buy a KTM, I'm a KTM fan. If you don't want to buy that, don't listen to other people that's going to tell you Sherco this, Beta this, Husky this, KTM this. It is what is best for you. You don't have to listen to other people's advice. There's no more bad bikes out there. So first question, 2-stroke or 4-stroke? So I am a 2-stroke guy. I've been riding 2-strokes my whole life, KTM 300s, but you do have a couple of 4-stroke options for the enduro scene. So you've got KTM with the EXCF, you've got Husqvarna with the FEF, you've got the Gas with the ECF, you've got Sherco with the SEF, you got Beta with the RR, you got Yamaha with the WR, and I think the YZ250FX is also for the enduro market. But you have to ask yourself, if the 4-strokes are that good in the enduro scene, why is all the professionals riding 2-strokes? If you have a look at Minnie, Billy, Wade, Theo, all these guys are riding on your 2-strokes. So now we come to the 2-strokes. So with the 2-strokes, you get from KTM you get the EXC, from Husky it's the FE, from Gas it's the EC, Sherco is SE, Beta is RR, Reju, however you want to pronounce that, I'm not sure about them. If I forget about a couple of guys, so be it. I'm talking about the bikes that I'm most familiar with. So if you are going to go into the 4-stroke enduro range that the guys are offering, I wouldn't suggest, if you are brand spanking new and getting into the game, 250, 350 at the most. Your 450s, 500s, those are all heavy bikes, and once you're in a riverbed and you've been riding hard enduro for a couple of hours, that bike is going to weigh a ton. So if you do want to make the mistake and go with a 4-stroke, then I would suggest going with a 250 or a 350. Now when it comes to your 2-strokes, you get a 125, 150, 250, and then the 300. personally, I would not suggest getting, if you're new into the game, never ridden before, want to make roads into the sport that we do, I wouldn't go with a 125 or a 150. The reason for that is you need to be on the pipe the whole time, and if you're not an experienced rider, you are not going to be able to do that. And that is where the power sits with the 125s and the 150s. If you have been in the game, let's say you've done motocross or you live on a farm, you have ridden a bike before, then a 125 or a 150, if you're younger age, if you're a lighter guy, then that will be a ton of fun for you. I have ridden a 150. It's a lot of work for me. So I've been riding the 300 or the 250 for my whole life when I started with the Enduros. So 300 was my bike. I loved it. Recently purchased a 250. Now that 250 surprised me in every way. The 300, you've got that low down grunt. It will bring you up mountains and stuff a little bit easier, but the 250 doesn't shy away. So the 250 is, to me, it feels a little bit lighter. I can throw it around a little bit better in fast sections. I can pivot easier on that. So between the 250 and the 300, it's whatever you choose, to be honest. Now let's have a look at the bikes. So when you take a 125 up to a 450 or 500, from 2-stroke to 4-stroke, the seat height actually only differs with a couple of millimeters. So all the frames are basically the same. If it's too high for you, then you can drop your suspension. I would suggest that your local dealer drop the suspension for you, especially on the new bikes. You can stuff up the suspension if you don't do it right. Okay, so let's say you've made up your mind. You want a 2-stroke and you want a 250 or you want a 300. My advice to you is don't buy new. Now the reason why I'm saying this is you're gonna go out, you're gonna spend 200,000 Rand on a bike and you've never ridden before. Rand is South Africa, obviously, I'm from South Africa, and you've never ridden before. If you're not 100% sure that you got the mental capabilities of struggling for 4 to 5 hours and you don't like the sport, you're going to sit with a premium bike in your garage. It's either going to sit there or you're going to lose a couple of Rand on it, 40,000-50,000 Rand on it, because now it's a second-hand bike. I would suggest you buy a second-hand bike. Make sure that it's been maintained. So I'll take an example. A guy that's looked after his bike, 300 hours on it, but you know the maintenance was done. He'll give you invoices. He'll tell you top end's been done, bottom end's been done, this has been done, that has been done. I would rather buy that bike than buy a bike from a farmer that's got 30 hours on it, but the air filter has never been cleaned, the maintenance has never been done. That bike is tired. Whereas the one that's got 300 hours on, but it's been maintained properly, that can still go for another 300, 400, 500 hours. Rather buy second hand, it's a little bit more cost effective, and then buy proper kit. I see how many guys, they've got this nice bike, then they've got the cheap boots, they got a cheap helmet, they don't have knee braces, they don't have chest protectors, they don't have anything to protect themselves. So rather take that money, buy a proper helmet, chest protector, knee braces, very important, and a proper set of boots. So what we can do as well is we can run through kit. What I suggest you use, what works for me. It doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but what I've seen in the Enduro scene, So yeah, guys, drop a comment, let me know what you think of this vlog. Do you want to see more? Do you want to see the motocross? Do you want to see trials? Do you want to see kit? And then also, do we do a bit of tips, tricks that I've learned from other people that actually knows how to ride? Let us know in the comments, and then I'll hopefully see you guys on the next one. Peter out.